Chances are you've owned one or you own one, your family owns one, your friends own one, or you've experienced its distant fleet cousin. Well, this is the new Maruti Suzuki Dzire in its 4th generational update. And in this video, we're going to cover the interior, the exterior, the performance, the handling, and answer 2 very important questions. Kitna deti hai and kitne ki hai? So subscribe to the Top Gear India channel and let's dive into this. Now let's start with the design up front. It is completely new. In fact, every panel on this generation of the Dzire is completely new and it's not shared with the new generation of the Swift or the previous generation of the Dzire that it is based on. And it's quite a radical departure. It's a lot more sharper, a lot more boxier, and credit goes to this new wide grille, these rectangular LED headlamps which have these crystalline elements, and a new DRL signature. The bumper also gets a completely new design and houses fog lamps. Overall, it's a lot more premium looking, kind of European in my opinion. Now over on the side, what hasn't changed is the fact that it's still a sub 4 meter compact sedan. The wheelbase is 2450 mm, which it shares with the new generation of the Swift. But what is new are these new 15-inch alloy wheels that get the aluminum and gloss black finish. You have a camera on the outside rear view mirror, a request sensor, this chrome line that accentuates the sedan-like body panels. And speaking of them, they're kind of soft compared to the new generation of the Swift, which is more premium, more subtle like. You also get a new shark fin antenna, and then that brings us to the rear of the car. And over here, you have new tail lamps, have these Y tri-star kind of a signature and has a nice glow from the inside. A new boot lip spoiler, a chrome strip that spans the width of the car. And overall, it's got a more boxier, a more angular styling for the rear, which is in line with the front. And it definitely makes it a lot more premium, a lot more upmarket to look at. It's trying to shed the cab image and it's doing it well, because this looks like a really nice urban family sedan. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And before we sit on the inside, come up close and see this. The normal Maruti key that we're used to gets a new cutout, and when I press it, it opens the boot, which has 382 liters of boot space, which is slightly more than the previous generation of the Dzire, and should easily manage to gobble up luggage for a weekend family trip. But overall, it's nice. Now over on the inside, the interiors are very similar to the new generation of the Swift, only the materials that have been employed are different. You have a lot of different mix of materials. You have a black panel, a textured beige panel, a plain beige panel, a silver panel, a silver accents, chrome accents in the AC vents, a wood style panel, and a lot going on the dashboard. What do you guys think? Are you a minimalist person, or do you like so many different materials on your dashboard? Let me know in the comments below. So what the dashboard also houses is a new 9-inch infotainment touchscreen which has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and that's great because it gets a wireless charging pad now. What it also gets is an automatic climate control, 360-degree camera. The Swift also gets a segment first feature, a new sunroof. It's not a panoramic one, it's a single pane sunroof, and it gets a manual sunshade. The sunshade itself doesn't feel as solid as the rest of the cabin because the rest of the cabin did not creak. It doesn't feel flimsy. The quality has been proper Maruti standards and it's built quite solid. The instrument cluster is an analog digital one with an MID screen in the center, and when you have Android Auto connected, it also shows you turn-by-turn navigation. Now, one of my favorite aspects of the new Dzire is the seating position. The seats themselves are very comfortable, have a good amount of bolstering in the back, on the sides and under, and you also have height adjustability. Now, this gives you a proper sedan driving experience because you can sit really low, sit inside the car instead of sitting on top of it, which provides for a great experience from behind the wheel. And before I get talking about the driving aspects and the performance and handling about the new Dzire, we have a passenger princess in the back who's going to tell us what's the backseat experience about. So Meera, what do you get in the new Dzire in the back?
First of all, I'm really enjoying being the passenger princess over here and being chauffeured around. And obviously, as you said, the seats are really comfortable, the cushioning is really soft, and I do have enough headspace and legroom as well. Quite comfortable for a tall person like me. You also have a center armrest over here with 2 cup holders. We also have separate AC vents and C-type and A-type charging points as well. Talking about the seat belts, we have 3-point seat belts over here, as well as if you have a kid around at the back seat, you also get the Info6 seat belt points here as well. And yeah, I'm pretty much comfortable and enjoying the experience.
So that's it from the interior. And now let's talk about the driving experience, because we have two different cars to drive today. Now let's start with the performance and the handling. The underpinnings are shared with the new generation of the Swift, and so are the powertrains. It gets the 1.2 litre naturally aspirated 3-cylinder engine, which produces just over 80 bhp and 111 Nm of torque. Now the variant that we're driving gets the 5-speed AMT gearbox, and it feels quite peppy. The engine itself feels quite peppy. The AMT gearbox slightly has the AMT issues, and when you do put it in manual, it does hold gear, and when you rev it, you realize the 3-cylinder thrum that comes with this engine. But nowhere does it feel underpowered. It does get going. It's slightly better in the manual car. I'll get to that when I sit in that. Now, most drivers in the city will stay below 3000 RPM, and then they will find the Desire's performance perfectly satisfying. The new Z12E engines, with the power figures and the torque figures it puts out, it translates into a responsive engine with sharp throttle reactions that shine at, say, lower speeds. Now, those driving in the city will enjoy the effortless acceleration, but if you are an enthusiast who likes to rev the engine and completely push it, you might feel a bit limited, as it lacks the mid-range and the strong top-end punch that you'd want. And now coming to the AMT gearbox. Gear shifts are mostly smooth with minimal delay between changes, though the transmission is programmed for early shifting to maximize efficiency in a very Maruti Suzuki way. It does feel surprisingly sporty and eager to downshift when you press the throttle. It does downshift by 2 or 3 gears when you really start to push it, and additionally you also get a manual mode. Now there are no paddle shifters, but you get the old Tiptronic style wherein you can just put it on the side and upshift and downshift, and it holds gears as well, which is a good thing. With this, now I'm going to shift into the manual car. And now we're in the manual gearbox, the 5-speed manual that the Dzire gets, and it's tuned a bit differently. The gear shifts feel so satisfying. It's proper Maruti stuff, one of the best manual gearboxes in the industry. And the clutch action is also very light. Now, if you are in the city, this shouldn't be a problem. If you are a person who likes to drive manual cars, this is the one to get instead of the AMT, because not only is it more satisfying to drive, it gives you a lot more control over the driving experience and also over the mileage. Now, having said that, Maruti has some claimed figures for the mileage, and that's 24.7 kilometers per litre for the manual variant that we're driving, 25.7 for the AMT gearbox, and 33.73 kgs per kilometer for the CNG variant that is yet to come. We haven't driven that yet, but those are the claimed figures. And in terms of the handling, the 4th generation Dzire gets some fine tuning done by the Suzuki engineers, and it results in an improved steering and cornering feel. Unlike most modern Marutis, the steering is smooth yet sharp, delivering a connected, a confidence-inspiring drive, whether you are driving in traffic or if you are carving up some corners in the hills. It also returns naturally to its straight position after a turn, which is quite cool. Overall, with its sharp handling, controlled body roll, and a solid mechanical grip, the Dzire stays true to its swift underpinnings, the sporty DNA, and offers a genuine driving fun. It's more tossable and it's comfortable. It's very impressive of how comfortable it is over bumps and potholes because it absorbs them very smoothly. Now we're at the launch of the new Dzire, and prices start at rupees 6.79 lakhs and go up to rupees 10.14 lakhs for the top end variant that we have been testing. There's also a subscription model at rupees 18,248 rupees per month, and these prices are introductory and are applicable till the end of this year. Now overall the pricing is very similar to the previous generation, which makes it a great value for money proposition, taking most of the boxes of what consumers want today. It's got the premium styling that sheds that cab-like image. It gets the interior which is comfortable and has enough space, a lot of features that are segment first, and the performance is adequate with a great mileage. And the cherry on top being the 5-star G NCAP rating, which makes this the safest offering from Maruti Suzuki till date. What are your thoughts? Is this a new all-rounder and a bestseller from the largest OEM in the country? Let us know in the comments below.